Welcome to the Nameless Voices podcast. This is episode number 49, and we have entered a very dark territory of time because it is the first day of November. No nut November.
I was wondering if you're going to go
yourself,
there.
mate. It is non-stop November in this household.
I feel bad for your schlong.
I don't.
And if you do no nut, I'll feel bad for your prostate.
Yeah,
cancer.
exactly.
Well, my name's Nanashi. I'll be your host for the evening, and I apologize in advance for whatever the show's going to be. Joining me tonight is a menagerie of gaggle fucks and card floppers. He is the TCG Slut AI Gnister.
I am back just in the nick of time, apparently. Anyways, hello, everybody.
Yeah, you literally had perfect timing on that one. He is the Yugi Memer himself, Connor Lockhart.
This format's actually really, really good. Even if it is because of one particular hand trap. So, it's good.
With hand trap.
We have our wild child Lone.
Hello, everyone. I'll be talking today.
Cool. Now, Ori had to take off and run a quick errand, but he should be back in about 10 to 15 minutes. We have our token salad player, Phoneix Reborn.
Now with 20% more dragons.
We have our silent but deadly partner, Rom. Yep. If you paid attention during the pre-show, you'll know what that's all about.
What?
What Rom said.
Oh.
We have the embodiment of shitposting, Raven.
Sup? Anyway, today I learned about Ojama Runic.
Wait, that's
Oh,
the thing?
God.
Yeah, that's
Actually, that kind of makes sense.
yeah, kind of.
Everything about that statement.
Yeah. We have every card game player's worst nightmare by name, Tim Brick. Oh, his audio bricked on him. Namesake.
God, your hand bricks all of your games of Yukimons, and now your mic bricks. What else is gonna brick?
And we have our element of adorableness, Yosh.
Adorableness, I wouldn't say. Chaos, probably.
You're literally sitting on a
Considering I go out of
countertop.
my
Take your
way
compliments
to-
where you can get them.
And you can't rival me.
Look.
Hold up.
Being 4'8" does not mean that it cannot cause mischief.
Are you kidding me? You're literally running on Gremlin mode 24/7.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
No, it's not. Show title, by the way.
Yep.
Watch how you just see him just come out here with goblin biters.
Dude, it's just 40k orcs, but really tiny.
Honestly, it kind of is.
He's gonna summon Goblin Attack Force and beat you down.
You know what'll make it more cursed?
What?
They're thawing.
And thanks for joining us, by the way, Lone, with all the spams in the stream chat. I really appreciate that. It makes it look a lot less barren.
And putting all my custom emotes I got from gifts.
I appreciate that so much. I really need to look into doing that if we ever get more popular. In the meantime, though, how's everyone doing this month?
Good.
I'm doing good.
Doing fine.
They're fine.
Cool. Now, before we go any farther, of course, I need to mention that this stream and my channel is sponsored by BearClawsWorld.com and BearClaws Realm of Fantasy, a 52-page coloring book that you can get on Amazon for $20, all hand-drawn, all themed around Dungeons & Dragons and medieval shit. Perfect for Christmas. Now, first off, let's go ahead and, thank you, by the way, Double Helix. And thank you, Rom, for being so quick on that link. First off, yesterday was Halloween. Did you all celebrate?
Nope. I don't celebrate.
I tried. Oh my god, I tried.
Well,
I don't do trick-or-treats. Because I may be accused of being a predator.
I live within 2 different school districts, so we had probably 200 kids.
Oh, boy.
Oh damn.
We prepackaged enough candy to feed a town.
Oh,
Yeah,
Nice.
no, we came prepared.
yeah. Clearly.
Oh, you were giving out candy. Awesome. If you can't enjoy trick-or-treating, you can just pass down the lineage to the next generation. It's fun. It's fun stuff. Oh, God. Thank you, Connor. I hate you.
Well, you see, the thing is about that, Connor, is that the moment her and Potteru come out, I'm going to set them all on fire like they're the Thing from John Carpenter.
She is the Thing. She's the thing that won't fucking die.
I'm gonna get my I'm gonna pull a Eustace. I'm gonna get me mallet.
Yeah, I'm sure this is something that you, Nashi.
Oh,
I
God.
remember you being a cashier person
What now?
or something. I know you work at a store of some sort.
No,
I think.
I'm a security guard.
Ah.
I
well,
used to work at a
someone
store.
who's been in-
I used to work at a store.
Oh
I
no!
actually enjoyed that one.
I was gonna say, as I'm sure that you, Nanashi, someone who has once worked in a store, will appreciate the upcoming December music, in particular.
I was gonna ask if you're a security guard, pray that the place you're in does not have an elevator.
It does. It's 4.
He goes to move up to like the second floor he goes to look up the second floor via going up the elevator to see if anything's like out of whack, and the elevator music is just Mariah Carey.
That's the best part. Our elevators don't have music.
Oh, thank God.
I thank the poor building management, but I'm not going to get into that. So, let's go ahead and try and rapid fire some of these quick topics. First off, I've mentioned Meow Wolf in the past. They have officially opened the doors to their 5th location located in Houston, Texas, called Radio Tave. It's an interactive art exhibit just like the previous 4, and it looks psychedelic as fuck.
Oh, damn.
Now, if I recall correctly, somebody lives in that general area and could theoretically at some point maybe possibly get some photos for us.
Oh, me?
I mean, if you live in the Houston, Texas area or somewhere near it.
If I could find it.
I live in Texas, but it's gonna be like a few hours to drive there.
That's fine. Don't worry about it. I was mostly kidding.
Fair
enough.
Probably near me somewhere, but I just don't pay attention.
Now, I know not everybody's big into offensive YouTubers, but in addition to McNasty and his crew, I also watch Mr. Metokur, and he's got a spooky live stream starting at about 7 p.m. tonight, so hopefully we'll be finished before the end of that, so I can catch a little bit of that. By the way, can I just say Mr. Metokur is an incredible trooper. The guy is dying from 2 diseases, one of which hasn't even been properly identified yet.
Oh.
Yeah, they might actually name this one after him if it turns out to be something they don't know what it is. Now,
which would be a strain of autism.
Yeah, well, no, whatever it is dissolving his bones.
Oh.
Yeah, no.
Oh, that's
like,
less haha.
Guy's a fucking trooper for living through that. So
before he decides
honestly.
to call it Ligma for the memes.
Actually, you know what?
Oh my
I would
God.
applaud him if he
Unironically,
did
I could
that.
see that. Yeah, same.
But yeah, so let's get started on some of these rapid fire topics. First off, there's a few TV show bits of news. Velma has been canceled after season 2. We will not have to worry about a season 3.
Yay!
Don't be happy that it's over. Be sad that it happened. Cry.
Yeah.
By the way.
Wait, it's not confirmed until we see the body.
True.
Now, we saw her.
I know, she dies at the end of season 2, you know what I mean.
That Velma
I don't
does
care.
not happen.
They'll do anything to get that show back up. They thought it was good enough to cancel, what is it called? Like, Adventure Time regular show being on...
They canceled Infinity Train for it.
Ah.
Yeah, that's the show I was thinking of.
We deserve 4 more seasons of Infinity Train than that.
Which is why I said, cry that it happened. Don't be happy about it being over. Remember what they've taken from us.
Yeah.
Also, the people who made Infinity Train are not working on.
Don't smile that it's over. Cry that it happened.
Well, next on the list. Sadly, I know anyone who's a fan of Barney or who grew up with Barney the Purple Dinosaur is going to be upset. They just created a new animated series.
They rebooted it, and
again,
it's a
looks
tragedy.
This isn't the first time.
The
I know,
Barney
but
voice, the casting is. Whoever they got for Barney's voice just sounds like they're on a watch list somewhere.
It really does.
If that makes sense.
No.
Oh, but there is something that makes it make sense and why it's ass. It's
What?
partly Canadian.
Yeah, no, that clarifies it. God, every time I look at that stupid dinosaur head, it makes me wonder how long I'm gonna have clean nightmares.
Oh, I hate it.
Huh?
I hate it. I
Okay,
hate it.
but why does the black kid to the side have the same haircut as that one kid from Hey Arnold?
Oh, Gerald?
Oh my God, he does.
Yeah, he kind of does. Let's see. moving right along, because I don't want to stare at that
I shall
anymore.
not call it Barney. I shall call it Foshi, because it looks like a fake Yoshi.
Kinda.
It does. Don't do that. Come on.
Oh, God. Okay,
It's even in the same pose.
I need to find a video of that old Flash game where you were able to shoot down the Teletubbies, and as bonus points, you could rapid fire at Barney, and he wouldn't go down until you stopped shooting at him.
That sounds like a game that would be the concept for a skit for Dashi.
Something like that.
There was
Like, unironically.
quickly. There was another. You remind me of another Flash game where you go to the house of Bear in the Big Blue House and have to shoot up the place because they're drug dealers.
Oh, God. They're in the Big Blue House with something special. I don't want to ruin it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so there's also the matter of the King of the Hill revival, which is going to be about 10 years in the future. And we've already seen artwork of it. It looks good.
Wait, I thought King of the Hill was still going on.
No, King of the Hill ended like a decade ago.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
And we got an image.
Once upon on Adult Swim.
We got an image of adult Bobby, and they picked one of the most interesting directions they could have gone. He grew up as a chef, and he uses charcoal.
Oh, that's gonna be interesting to
Right?
see. I remember that episode where him and Peggy were like eating burgers or steak made with charcoal.
Yes.
And it became a whole thing. So I can't wait to see how they turn
Oh
that
yeah,
in the
didn't Hank
what do you
flip
call
out
it,
about
series.
charcoal?
Yes, he is an absolute hater on charcoal, but Bobby uses charcoal infusion cuisine for his restaurant work. So this is going to be
Oh.
amazing.
Dad,
very-
listen, I'm not gonna be a propane nut job like you.
This
This is a
propane is
propane
raw.
household.
I'm not too
Propane.
old to
Something's
kick
not
your
right with
ass.
Something's not right about my boy.
Well,
He's
there's
flawed, broken.
there's obviously the elephant.
What did I tell you? This is a household for propane and propane accessories only.
There is obviously the elephant in the room of Dale Gribble's voice actor passing away about a year or two ago. So I'm not sure if they got his.
If he's 10 years older, they could find some way to like justify either the voice change or maybe like went off somewhere.
Well, actually, that's what I was leading up to. There's a possibility that he might still be in this because they usually record the lines for the show well in advance. So it might have him.
He did. He did.
There's that, but here's what I think they would do. Dale smoked a lot in the original series, right?
Yeah.
Every frame
So,
had him with a cigarette in his
imagine.
mouth.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, considering that, what if, to work around that, they have an episode where it turns out he got throat cancer and he had to get a hole put in his throat, and so he talks like the guy with one arm from South Park.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. That's a possibility they could pursue, and it would make sense. So
I'm curious. Who's making the revival? Like what channel?
I don't remember. I don't have that in front of me.
Okay.
But moving into web series, because this is going to be kind of interesting, we've got some new stuff to watch coming out. Amazing Digital Circus Episode 3, Hell of a Boss
The
Season
Boss.
2 Episode 10 dropped yesterday.
That was the Halloween one. I
Yeah.
actually saw it today.
And I just got word that Happy Tree Friends is having a crossover special with Dumb Ways to Die.
Makes sense.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's kind of clean though, admittedly.
There you are, Ori. Welcome back, man.
Thousands of years I lay dormant. Who has disturbed my slumber?
Hello,
We're just
Ori.
talking
Hello
about
there.
the guys.
Oh, it's you guys. Explain your heads.
Oh.
You got a show title, Explain Yifits.
yeah, that's a show title.
Anyway, here's Hell of a Boss.
Yep. We can look into that later.
I'm still not
Amen.
going to get over the fact that they started off as like making Mario SMG, the SFM like shitpost videos for like decades now, and they got a whole animation production that is topping the charts on Netflix, is making Hollywood ask how they did it.
To be fair about that, that's not the same people.
Right. Okay, so
Or bad.
let's get into some website-related news. Let's start with the one that everyone's going to hate on. Twitter has been unbanned in Brazil.
Okay.
Like,
But
don't mind, but only because that means Brazilian Miku did her job.
But that also means yeah, funny. But
Yes.
on the downside, they gutted the block function.
Oh yeah.
And worse
Yeah,
still,
they did.
worse still, as of November 15th, the Grok AI feature is going to be mandatory for all accounts, meaning that it can use all of your posts and information without consent.
Yep.
And thus began the great
Yeah.
blue sky migration.
And that migration
Again.
might already be halted because Blue Sky is now developing a subscription model for high-def videos and profile customization.
I mean,
Damn it.
I knew it was too good to be true.
It's optional and it's like whatever. My money isn't going to Elon, so whatever.
Same here.
Yeah, can we just forget about the whole episode naming process and just call this episode "Everybody Hates Elon Musk"?
Oh no, I'm shrinking.
Maybe.
Did you guys see my avatar? It's shrink.
Actually, I just moved you a little bit to the left.
Oh.
All right, so let's see. Where was I? Oh yeah. We all heard about the Crunchyroll BS about how they're apparently treating voice actors poorly, committing mail fraud, and disabled comments on their videos.
Well,
I mean, it's Crunchyroll. They've been pulling shady shit for a while. They took money that was meant for the underpaid voice actors in Japan to make the same studio that made High Guardian Spice.
Oh.
Oh.
I didn't know
yeah.
that.
Every time I hear that
As
name.
we all know, High Guardian Spice rated very well.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. The underpaid
sentence I've ever
Japanese voice actor could have eaten that week or month rather, and I had to go hungry because we needed High Guardian Spice.
I blame AI voices.
Yeah. Okay, so we got 2 bits of Google news. I'm going to try and go through these as efficiently as I can. Google removed a bunch of Russian YouTube channels due to the impending war, and Russia has sued them for 2.5 undecillion rubles, which translates to $20 decillion. That's 33 zeros, and is claimed to be a symbolic lawsuit more so than one that they expect to follow through on.
Literally as more money than the entire world combined.
Yup.
Thousands of millions of times over.
Yep.
Yeah.
Also, because we talked about Twitter and I was looking for this, have Grok, the time Grok turned on his creator.
Oh yeah.
That's
Oh,
kind of AI.
wait, at the time, you say that like it would only happen once.
Well, let's be honest. It'll keep happening until he stops.
This is the precursor to the
Yep.
Terminator, guys.
Yeah. Oh, and
Why would you turn against your father? Because it's funny.
there's also the matter of the other Google news. Their algorithm change caused a UK gaming and esports company called GG Recon to shut down.
Oh.
But here's an
okay.
interesting side twist that came from this. See, first off, thank you for sharing that. I appreciate the attention to my eyes. In the process of doing so, a guy by the name of Dan, who I believe is the previous owner of YG.org and Yugipedia, left GG Recon and has reclaimed ownership of both of those websites.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it just out of nowhere. I didn't even know he went there, so it's good to know that he at least had somewhere to go after, I guess. Now, we got some video game news to go over real quick. Let's see.
Sparking Zero! Let's go!
Sure. Sparking Zero has been an insane success. Little Big Game.
Just to get this out of the way, there's no
What?
there's no updates on the SRW games.
Gotcha. Appreciate that.
I'm posting this so you guys can see.
Yeah, I've asked him to take a look into this because there's a series called Gal Gaigar that was in this game series for a while, and it may or may not still be in it, but there's no real news to speak of.
Gurren Lagann.
Oh, Gurren Lagann, right.
Yeah, Gurren Lagann. The Studio Trigger's other mecha anime, such as the Surfboard, has been killed off by Disney.
Yeah.
It's like I didn't like the Surfboard mech series, but it still was an icon.
Eureka 7, I believe it was, right?
Yeah.
Let's see. Little Big Game has been delisted publicly as of October 31st. If you have the game, you can still play it, but you can no longer buy it, I believe is the way that it's ruled now. Now, how many of you guys have heard about Until Dawn going to PS5?
Oh, yes, the PS5 port.
Interesting.
Yeah, they opened with fewer players than Concord.
Well, no, there's no point of rebuying. Listen, I can name several reasons why. There is literally no reason to have the PS5 port because anyone who's still playing it has no doubt kept the older systems. And secondly, if you have played it, you've no doubt 100%ed it, got all of the endings. Congrats, there's no more replayability. So, what was the point of that?
Now, power is going to be the only good thing on PS5.
Yeah.
Speaking of Concord earlier.
Uh-huh.
Yep. Thank you very much.
I was going to bring that up next.
Shut down.
Yep. That's the second time that's happened where a game has failed so badly. If I had a nickel for every time a game failed so badly their parent company shut down and got reabsorbed into the main branch, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't much, but it's weird that it's happened twice.
I was thinking of the day before.
After sponsored it, it still failed.
And the worst part is I think the day before creators are still trying to scam people.
Of course.
Well, I wouldn't even count the day before as an actual game, because, let's face it, it was a scam trap. Forspoken was one of those games that was hyped up by a literal, actual AAA company, did terribly, then they just went under, disbanded.
Oh, and this is what happens when you decide to make a game in a genre that's littered with games that you can play for free, make it full price, and still continue to scam people.
Yup.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm pretty sure...
Also not promoting it at all. That didn't help.
Oh, yeah. God. Thank you. Thank you for that painful reminder.
I know I pointed it out in a previous podcast, but you know your character design is bad if, one, I have to, give compliments to an Overwatch character who are primarily boring, 95% of the cast, or if not even R34 wants to touch those designs.
Yeah.
Which is astonishing.
Yeah, that's bad.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so, next on the list, the new Death Note video game has been announced.
Oh yeah, Among Us 2.0 from what I've heard.
Something like that.
I said that on another server and they said, no, this is clearly Mafia. I'm like, it's the same shit.
It really is, sadly.
I want to point out too, but I think it's fair to have it as an Among Us style game or like a sort of murder, because that's literally what Death Note was, if we're being honest here. Light, the sussy imposter, as the internet has ingrained in our brains, literally kills people back to back. Everyone's trying to find out who the imposter is. Surprise, surprise, they fail and fucking die, L included. So, Season 2 rolls around, someone else solves the case, gets the imposter. Happy ending, question mark.
There is no happy ending in Boston.
If that is not your typical Among Us game, then I don't know what is.
No, the typical Among Us game is everyone turning on L for no reason.
Yeah.
True.
L befriends the imposter, thinking, listen, if he was the imposter, he would have killed me when he had the chance. I like this guy.
L holding L's.
It's like,
show title.
If it was like the Among Us game, like the whole police force will just randomly just gun down L.
It's a breath of fresh air, because a lot of games based around like established anime have primarily been fighting games.
Yeah.
So I'm giving this like the benefit of the doubt for something fresh.
Every game deserves it.
But now I wanna see an anime to game adaptation. I don't know if any of you because it is pretty obscure. But it's pretty fun. Anyone know of the anime called Detective Conan?
Case closed. Yeah.
No.
Heard of it?
Case closed.
I just drew him in my Inktober.
I'm thinking like, give us an anime to video game adaptation of that plays like LA Noire, but still has like the slapstick humor from the actual anime.
I'd be thrilled.
For a sec, when you said LA Noir, I pictured just like the racist things that happen in LA Noir.
Well, it's fitting for the times setting, basically.
Yeah, they'd have to include stuff like that if they wanted to be accurate.
I mean, even Red Dead Redemption 2 has the Ku Klux Klan that you can blow up if you wanted to, which
I don't even
people
know
have
if we
done.
can. I don't know if we can say that on Twitch, by the way.
Yeah,
well.
we're talking about a video game. We'll cross that bridge when we come.
Yeah, we'll find out. We'll find out if the stream dies at some point. I'm assuming Rom's going to keep an eye on that.
Rom, keep an eye on that, because I'm talking about a thing in a video game.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Context, please, context. Then again,
Speaking of game, the last game topic I had to bring up real quick was Dragon Age Vanguard opened with 70,000 players before the weekend even started.
Damn.
That's pretty good numbers for a brand new game.
I wasn't paying attention.
Not doing very
Those
well.
numbers are going to dip so quickly. Those numbers are going to dip so quickly, though.
Well, all I can say is if they're opening that well, maybe they'll stay that well.
I have some good news.
What's up?
They're thinking about bringing back Gravity Falls as soon as his Netflix deal dies.
Really?
Yeah, it's like the only reason why Gravity Falls haven't got a new season is because he's stuck with Netflix. Netflix literally has a chokehold on the creator of Gravity Falls, saying no, you have to create Netflix. So they're trying to get him out of that deal so he can make new Gravity Falls.
You know what? I'd be okay with that.
Because him and Disney do want to make more stuff about it.
Also, I love to see Dragon Age just topping the sales charts and getting positive reviews given what occurred beforehand. People getting pissy about some of the customization options for reasons that are better off in the political channel, discussion-wise. And I still think it's dumb, but I think that the people complaining is dumb. Is what I meant.
Right.
Because it's like, by that logic, we just ignoring that there were gay couples or gay romance options in the second game.
No, it's that.
Yeah. Now we actually made it to the last bit of random news, and that's that there may be a potential cure, and this is going to be completely off the walls, but so was the mushroom thing. There is now a potential cure in development to ovarian cancer at University of Oxford.
Cool.
Awesome.
Nice.
Now, the reason I bring this up, and it's kind of ironic, the person who made one of the first announcements about this was a Twitter user by the name of Chise, I believe her name is pronounced. She is the furry that helped develop one of the COVID vaccines.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Furries for the win.
Furries. If they can buy billion-dollar fursuits, if they can hack the government, and if they can develop vaccine cures, what's stopping them from mailing any of the haters a pipe bomb in the mailbox?
Also, they're also.
When did a furry hack the government?
We'll get into that in a minute, but what were you trying to say, Lone?
When didn't they?
They also top the leaderboards in most games.
Yeah. But in addition, let's not forget that the person who hosts Anthrocon, one of the biggest furry conventions in the world, happens to be a biochemist.
Wow.
I am not kidding. Look up Samuel Conway.
You talk shit to a furry online, or at least about them. You go to your mailbox to check the mail, and there's just a bomb in there.
Talk to a furry, and then you lose the ability to access your computer because everything of yours is just hacked.
Wait, hold on, Raven. I'm gonna prove that information false. I'm gonna go bully Ori in DMs.
Oh no.
Don't tempt Ori now. He's gonna send you a blank Yu-Gi-Oh card with no stats and take your soul.
I believe
it's gonna be like Pegasus.
And the thing is constantly rotating, and the picture is constantly rotating. So.
Oh, Ignister boy!
What the?
I've turned you into a vanilla monster with no stats. You're worse than Karibo.
Okay, whoever made that noise, please don't do that again. You give me a fucking heart attack.
Sorry.
It's fine. It's fine. Once is enough. But yeah, that actually reminds me of the other thing. Apparently, Anthrocon itself is getting so insanely popular that they are theoretically going to start introducing attendance limitations, because I think the last one topped 15,000.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, AC is a big con. But that was the last of the random news, and we actually made it in under 30 minutes, so we can go ahead and get started on the card game news. Now, sadly, Zivith was not able to join us tonight because he got a flu vaccine, and it's making him feel like absolute garbage. So, instead, we're going to go ahead and jump right into Raven's Lorcana segment. What do you got for us, buddy?
New cards, and... Well, there hasn't been a lot. There's been, like, a qualifier sort of news, but that's about, like, the information and location. So, but we got a promo, we got the art for the enchanted stuff, and we also have the reveal of what the starter decks are going to look like for this upcoming set. So, getting on into it, we're going to start off with the promo. So, who here has seen the Moana 2 trailer?
I have.
I've seen bits of it.
I did.
Honestly, first one S tier. I'm kind of hyped, and this is the first time I've ever been hyped about a recent Disney movie, aside from Inside Out 2. But basically, they're going to have a promo card for the people who go to watch the movie at select theaters. We don't have the complete list yet, but it's going to be a promo card for Set 7. Or from Set 7. Kind of like what they did with a bit from, like, during Ursula's Return, Set 4. They had the raid boss thing, and then there was a sort of victory pack you could earn if you beat Ursula. That gave you a random promo card that from Set 5.
Wait,
and that was neat.
Oh, damn.
Are you sure this is a location from Moana 2? Because this looks like Japan.
No, there's multiple cards on that profile.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Not
a big deal.
Yeah, no, the link Ron posted, it was another Big Hero 6 theme. They got a location, but we're not talking about... I mean, we will bring up some cards because people have been going crazy about them.
Okay.
Just haven't gotten that far yet.
Yeah, but yeah, that's the promo for Set 6. Pretty meh, but if it's a promo, you know it's going to make money, so...
Obviously.
Yeah. And trade value-wise. Then we got the reveal. Now, we're gonna go over the two starter decks in their full list. We got, if it will let me, we got Emerald Sapphire, Genius Reinvented, which has the Big Hero 6 stuff and synergizes well with Gadget of Rescue Rangers fame. The Big Hero 6 stuff are looking pretty clean, and there is one card I'm going to definitely highlight. Because just like one of the Dalmatian cards, it breaks fucking deck building limitations.
Of course.
And then Amber Ruby, we got a Seaworthy crew with good old Treasure Planet. And you remember the Piglet card I showed off, the pirate one that's like meta relevant. So they expanded upon it, and the entire, well, aside from Eeyore, poor bastard, couldn't even get a pirate design.
Yeah.
But yeah, they made all of the cast like differing pirates and whatnot.
I see. They made that tiger that named almost a racial slur on the poster.
Huh? What?
I almost said the racial slur when I said the tiger's name by accident.
I see.
Oh God.
Of course, by accident, he says.
Yeah, let me see it.
What's the matter, boy?
Yeah, so I'm trying to like. Well, there's two like key ones whose artwork I like out of the bunch because it's like we got Rabbit and I like what they did with Rue pirate design wise. It's adorable and Rabbit's just too serious, stuck up again.
Yeah.
And
that's Rabbit for you.
And of course, because I had to predict it, there were more Zootopia cards.
Yay.
They literally waited until the trailer came out to hype this stuff.
What is it?
We got another song card, and we got a new Nick Wild as well as an item card. There was I forgot to save the images, but we also did get another Gazelle card and another Chief Bogo. Chief Bogo finally has some synergy with the Amber style that they're mostly mixing up. Because I'm gonna just read it here while I can. The new Bogo card basically says if you have a Gazelle in play, he becomes like a singer 6 or he becomes singer 5 or 6 on one of the two. But that's really good because he's a turn 4 He's a turn 4 body that you play, and then next turn you can just sing any like song for free that could fuck over your. People are considering him for Steel Song for that reason. Gazelle's already being played, so it's like. Oh, speaking of Steel Song, we got.
It's like a normal outfit.
Yeah, he's I don't know what they did here, but we got another Nick card, but then we also got Naveen's ukulele. The Steel Song support card that people are thinking. It banishes item, then chosen character counts as having plus free cost to sing songs. So pretty simple to set up. Any like turn 1 singer can just sing for 6 and sing all of the steel songs that blow out your opponent's board. That's fun.
Right. Also, I think it's funny that they decided to make a card out of possibly one of the worst Disney songs around.
But it just occurred to me that Yosh I think missed that joke with the Tigger thing. Basically, what was happening was
I didn't hear it. I'm sorry. What happened?
Replace the T with an N.
Yeah, I made the joke that when Gloam was talking about Tigger in Winnie the Pooh conversation, because we brought something up regarding it. Out of nowhere, I just said, "Whoa, hard R," and it was just stupid funny.
Oh.
I didn't know.
No, I didn't hear that. Thank you for catching me up on that.
It's fine. It's one of those things where the word is so close and similar, you can just make that joke with any word that sounds like it. Tigger, bigger, rigger, like
the
Digger.
Chocolate bar.
Hey, wait, why is Scooby-Doo saying the M-word now?
Oh, gosh.
But yeah, moving on.
Yeah, sorry. I had to.
And so what it looks like as they expand upon more of like the Treasure Planet stuff, they're having a sort of mixture thing going on where it's like Ruby and Steel is focused on like, well, they're both focused on locations, of course, because well they're pirate themed basically, all of them, but Steel and Ruby are freaking. God, why do I forget his fucking name?
What?
The main character
of which
of Treasure Planet. It's like it's so basic, and I always forget it because it's not over the top.
The movie sadly so well, so we can't remember the name.
But yeah, it's based around Jim and John. Why can I remember John's? Fuck it, it doesn't matter. John Silver is a very funny card, at least the first Steel variant we got, because he says, for every location on field, he gets a lore counter as well as resist, so he doesn't take as much damage as he originally would. And so what you do is you stack up on locations, get him very beefy, and then just have him ram into shit, or quest for a lot. And so they were like, okay, we're going to make a new John Silver and Billy Bones. But yeah, John Silver, Stern Captain, he's a shift character, resist +2 naturally, and, I mean, he can resist 2 damage, obviously, but at the start of your turn, you deal 1 damage to each opposing character. Mandatory start of turn effect that fucking hinders your opponent, that's always fun. And then Billy Bones, whenever he dies, you just disrupt the opponent by banishing an item or a location. So, pretty funny. And speaking of Moana, I meant to show this off, but we got Moana Kakamora Leader.
Oh.
Shift 5. When you play this character, you may move any number of your characters to the same location for free. Gain 1 lore for each character you moved.
Oh.
So, I bring this up because they There's a funny Wreck-It Ralph card that this can synergize with that was just revealed. And of course, this is the enchanted artwork for it. But when you move a character here from a location, you may banish this item to draw free cards and gain free lore.
Oh my god.
What the hell is this pottery bullshit?
So, Ruby Amber, Moana just moves any character for free here upon being played. You kill this location, and then you gain free cards and free lore, getting you close to victory.
Dang.
I think this can be summed up in 8 words.
My jaws that bite, my claws that catch.
And also...
Oh god, I know the card you're thinking of, and I hate it just hearing that.
What Aqua Force did I just hear?
Whole ass repressed memory.
Gyotambo with diabetes.
Shadow Walk.
So, yeah, before we get into more of like the Big Hero 6 stuff that is pretty funny, I'm gonna post like some of the other... I'm gonna post the rest of the Enchanteds, and then after the Big Hero 6 stuff, I'll go over something that I found funny from a group that I thought I'd share here during this section. So, what they're doing with the Enchanteds is that, because it's the pirate/water themed set, or open sea based set, they illustrated the selected Enchanted, well, there are alt arts, like illustrations you see on an old-timey pirate map.
Oh, cool.
So we got Basil, Amelia, Wreck-It Ralph, Yzma, and a song card that's also that also synergizes with locations. That's always nice.
So I don't mean to interrupt. That card you were showing me about Sugarland or whatever it's called, the Sugarland finish line. Is that hard one to return or no?
No.
Yeah,
listen, I'm gonna say it like this though, because there isn't really like really like a lot of hard once per turn effects on at least like 98% of the card pool. The best I can compare it to is something like, say, Rush Duel, how their effects, they're either continuous or they're soft once per turns. If that translates.
So it's either hell or purgatory, got it.
Oh god, we're in the middle of traffic jam. Traffic jam, everybody.
Let's
Sorry,
go!
you know how it is.
How dare you?
Oh yeah, Baymax also got an Enchanted. I meant to post him here, and I like this art.
Oh yeah, that's adorable.
Can't believe we got hit with the interrupting traffic jam.
21, not worth living in. And it's done by a very high paladin.
And now we get into the fun
this
stuff,
looks like
fellas.
that Pokemon card art. Like, it looks like that art that's made to look like it was drawn straight out of Legends Arceus.
It really does. It's beautiful.
So, two at a time. Well, there's 4 cards, so 2 at a time, so I can like explain them. So the Big Hero 6 theme got another yokai, and I'm gonna read Microbots first because this has got to be the funniest card ever. Limitless applications. You may have any number of cards named Microbots in your deck.
Oh no!
What the
fuck?
fuck?
Oh no! It's Digimon AOS.
Oh no!
AOS all
It's
over
fucking
again.
Cabbage Merchant all over again.
Oh my god, that's so dangerous.
So it's like they had a similar. So there is no set size deck limit in the game as of yet, and normally the card limit per like copy of card is 4, but there are 2 cards that break this limitation. There is this card that I just showed, Microbots, and then there's a Dalmatian Tailwagger with 5 alternate arts that read you can have 99 copies of this card in your deck.
Wait,
because, you know,
Microbots, it's better.
I mostly bring up Tailwagger because there is a funny there's 2 funny Dalmatian decks that make use of that. One of which is like your deck is just nothing but Dalmatians and 4 copies each of Bruno and another card that can search and set it up. But I'll get into that probably like off the show or in the channel because it's funny. But yeah, Microbots, you can have any number of cards in your deck with this, and without any deck size limit if you are a mad lad. You know what I mean. Inspired Tech, when you play this item, chosen character gets -1 strength for each item named Microbots you have in play. And this is built to synergize with the new Shift Yokai, the second Yokai card we got. You may play items named Microbots for free, so ignore the cost it has. And then whenever this character quests, you draw a card for each opposing character with 0 strength. So, remember Reptilian Hydra?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Hydra loop.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Let's go.
And you know, because we have Yokai, what Big Hero 6 collection is complete without dead older brother?
Oh no. That was their mistake.
I'm dead at the first card, Gifted Roboticist. I don't know who's the cheeky bastard on the design team, but his effect activates when he dies.
Oh, he has a graveyard effect?
So, like, is this how we're gonna get
when he dies
the way you call it deck?
It feels thematic and disrespectful at the same time.
Yeah.
When he dies, his
This is how I imagine they would do Simon if Gurren Lagann ever got a Weiss Schwarz deck.
Ugh. You had to remind me.
If it ever got a Weiss Schwarz deck and, like, had the balls to make it accurate to how the characters were in the show.
Tim, you are 100% correct, by the way. I hate that you were able to use this reference accurately. The 2,442 card main deck from 2007.
Yeah.
But yeah, then it...
repeat where Lockhart.
I forgot this thing existed.
Then we got
a monolith, from what I remember.
Yeah, it was just nothing but shuffle-based cards to irritate the opponent.
One game took a week.
But yeah, then we have the 6-cost version of him, Baymax Inventor. This character gets +1 strength and +1 willpower for each item you have in play. So, basically, him, Yokai, and Microbots equals a quest free with a shit ton of attack and defense.
Oh boy.
I know, any other card game that'd be like, okay, what's so neat about it? Lorcana, it's like, oh. So you just have a big beefy body that can quest for free per turn.
I summon from my hand gun.
I summon
It in fact lets me shoot you in the face to gain 20 lore. I win. Suck my dick.
No, see, I played Buddy Fight, and as soon as you said I could have any number of cards in a deck, I got suddenly traumatized.
Yeah,
Shadow Dragon?
It's like the minimum for consistency people do is like 60, like typical other TCGs. But if you wanted to, you could pull it. You could try to find a way to make this work. The 2,442 card deck. Will it be consistent? Probably not, but it would be funny.
It would be funny indeed.
Watch it. It'd be like one of the most consistent deck in all history.
I mean, if it's tied to Amethyst, the color that has a shit ton of draw power, it should be. Speaking of which, I nearly forgot 2 other cards. So tell me, how much you all like the Mad Hatter, and have you ever envisioned Scar as a sorcerer?
No. No for each.
Damn. Cringe. Mad Hatter, Eccentric Host says, whenever this character quests, you may look at the top card of chosen player's deck, either put it on top or mill it.
Once per turn, I'll send the top card of your deck to the graveyard. Fuck you.
And then Scar has haste and Challenger +3, but I wanted to highlight this one because, not gonna lie, it's out of the blue. Scar as a literal sorcerer practicing magic. It's... Yeah, someone on the team has to be a big fan of Kingdom Hearts if they're bringing this shit in.
That was a weird stage.
Okay, and now because I've been ranting about new cards, I think it's time I give you all one final laugh before I wrap this up. So, someone in a Lorcana group said, showed this image off, and he put the caption of, "Every time I go to locals, I have to represent my boy." And it's Basil. So, he's got the Basil playmat, he's got the Basil sleeves, and this is from Etsy. Someone on Etsy made a whole ass deck box in the shape of the old VHS movie tapes.
Oh,
cool. They're covering everything. So he's got the Great Mouse Detective VHS deck box.
That's amazing.
Dedication, right
Really
there.
good quality, honestly.
I want to say one thing before we move forward, though.
It's like the Shoefish deck.
You know of Yu-Gi-Oh! Synchro Masturbation. Now prepare for Lorcana's Microbot Masturbation.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I like the Sushi deck.
And new title.
And he highlighted it nicely because someone's like, "Well, are you playing a Great Mouse Detective deck?" And he's like, "Yeah." He opened up the deck box and showed it.
Yeah, that was playing a deck box called Blue Eyes.
It was like Sapphire Ruby because Basil's in blue and Radigan's in red, which is very fitting.
Yeah.
But yeah. I don't have the money to be this dedicated to a Disney movie, but good job, you're spicing up your locals.
Do you have the money to be dedicated to any card game you play?
Okay, Yu-Gi-Oh! is a big no, unless you're a big Yu-Gi tuber.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Yu-Gi-Oh! Has become too toxic.
Yeah, we would spend all day if we talked about that. But you said that was the last thing you got?
Yeah, just thought I'd show that off for to make you all laugh before I wrap it up and give the mic to someone else.
Well, you gotta appreciate the mouse strip.
Yeah.
Like the sushi guy. Dressed like with sushi.
Exactly.
Sushi.
If that guy ever comes dressed up as Basil, I need you to take a photo. But
you know what? You know I will.
Yes. But meantime, let's go ahead and move to the next topic, which would be Digimon with Ori and Ignister.
Okay, so I think in terms of product, was there one thing out in October, that being Digimon Liberator and the new starter decks?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought so. It was Fable Waltz and Guardian Vortex, so the two protagonists from the Digimon Liberator web series.
And EXM will release at the same time here in the US.
Very nice. And continuing on with releases in the US, we have also Special Booster 2.0, which of course is the joint set, sort of BT18 and part of BT19 in the West. So of course this will be the set for stuff involving the Crossroads manga, including Z Millenniumon, as well as other big contenders like Lucemon Satan Mode, Lord Nightmon X, which I believe is super top tier in Japan, and then Rainbow Hybrid from Digimon Frontiers. But of course, to the surprise of literally nobody, the set is delayed here in the UK by a week.
Of
the set
course.
is now out. The set is actually out today as of recording, November 1st in the US, and of course, we won't get it over here in the UK until the 8th.
Surprise of nobody, I'm going to find Mr. Krabs face and post it on the chat.
Yeah, feel free.
Surprise of literally nobody. And that's coming from me who lives in the US.
That's just what we're used to.
Yep. And then over in the Japan side of things, reveal season has begun for the next set, EX8, Chains of Liberation. And so far we've had support for the new Deep Savers deck, which includes Metal Seedramon Ace. By the looks of it, I think there's... perfect picture. By the looks of it, I kind of feel that there's going to be a DNA Digivolution for the Deep Savers deck. I want to say Aegistramon, but only time will tell. Of course, we've had new support for Nature Spirit, which includes Hercules Kabuterimon, Ace. And of course, two characters from the Liberator set, from the Liberator's web series, which includes Dino Rexmon and a new level 6 Ice-clad blue Digimon. And I think later this set will probably see new reveals, of course, for Sanarizamon's new Mega, and I think Barbamon X is confirmed for this set.
I don't know sure.
Yeah, and then of course, as Rom said earlier, we now have the leak of 2 new starter decks, Protector of Light and Hero of Hope, which apparently will be kind of dual sets. One to say Tai and Kari, and the other is Matt and TK.
That tracks.
Anything else I'm missing? Oh yeah, the Metabots collaboration.
What?
Yeah, that.
Yeah,
Metabots
there's a Metabots collaboration with Digimon.
Oh my god.
Whoa.
Oh my god.
That's big.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think the stuff they've revealed includes Omnimon, Magnamon, and who else?
Apocalypse.
In there?
Popular.
Apocalypse.
Apocalypse. Oh wow, that's funny.
There's also
man managed to get his time in the limelight over there.
Yeah, there's also Imperial Jamon, I believe. That's also in the collab.
I think that sounds about right. Fighter mode.
Yeah. I just know that, like, in terms of Metaboting Digimon, we only have one, which is Ometamon.
Oh yeah, we've now also got Beelzemon and Gallantmon. Part of it.
Oh.
So that's cool.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if there's anything else.
Before we move on, Rom, you can never escape the Eosmon. Eosmon will always follow you. That's all I got.
That's fine. Okay, well, the next topic on the list happens to be Pokemon, and I think we're all raring to dive into this. But the main thing to talk about here is that I believe Game Freak has been hacked twice, and we got a slew of information.
The terabyte, I want to say.
Yeah.
For thousands of years, I had laid door. No, I'm not doing that.
Thank you.
I did want to quickly point out, if you're delving into what I think you're going to delve into, because, hacked leaks being mentioned, if it's about Typhlosion and all that other weird stuff, apparently that was a mistranslation.
You actually beat me to the punch. I was going to talk about that.
How can you mistranslate that?
Because they put it through a machine translator.
So there will be no Drake jokes this stream.
Obviously. Yeah. So let's get into this real quick. I'm going to try and keep it condensed because we're already at 1 hour. First off, the creepy Typhlosion debacle. The first iteration of that was actually machine translated, which causes all kinds of issues from the bottom up. Apparently, this stuff was sourced from something called the Mujina Yokai, which has a lot of really weird and nuanced information about it. Let's not get into that. It's going to take too long. But weirdly enough, this ended up having a positive effect for the Pokemon franchise because their merch and their life-size plushies are selling out.
Oh, wow.
Wow, to guess why.
Yeah.
Someone made a post about that and was like, so, who really won here?
Exactly. Now, that's the first time they got hacked.
Yeah. I'll let you finish first, because I'm going to explain why, like, all that lore, all that stuff, like, quote-unquote, that they wrote down, there's a reason for it. I'm not defending them, but I will give the explanation.
I appreciate that. Let me go ahead and get through the second hack. The second time Game Freak was hacked, we actually got more interesting stuff. The source code was downloaded. Private servers are now locking down. Game Freak was apparently working on a Pokemon MMO, and Pokemon Black and White's ROMs and source code were all leaked. And we got information about a new leaked feature called Giga Dynamax.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah.
If, like a Final Fantasy 14 Pokemon game.
They didn't learn from Gen 8. They didn't learn from Gigantamax Fly.
Yeah, let's not.
I'll play that game, Final Fantasy 14.
Why? Why is the best move in the game also the strongest when it comes to Dynamax? Why? I didn't need that.
Well,
why not?
I was gonna say, Yoshi, you said you had something you wanted to elaborate on.
So, the thing about the quote-unquote lore that was left out, the stuff with Typhlosion, Octillery, Slacking, all those Pokemon.
Oh god.
Those are based on actual yokai that exist. It's literally just what if the yokai were Pokemon instead, because that's essentially what Pokemon are.
Right. That tracks.
They're like, yeah, so keeping that in mind, people are like, oh, this can't be right. Pokemon, why would you do this? It's supposed to be a kids-friendly game. Ain't this the same game where they, openly admitted to having a Pokemon War?
It's the same game series where they had a literal fan club of married women liking their Machamps a bit too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was gonna be point number two. Point number two, like Gen 1, all the way back in Gen 1, they had this as a thing. And 3, we as a society have been, and I'm just giving a fair warning for anyone who's a little prude hearing this. There have been found cave paintings, cave paintings, Jesus Christ. There have been cave paintings found dating back like 30,000 years, 30,000 BC, of people doing the two-man tango with animals, unfortunately.
Yeah,
yeah. So it's not as weird as it is as an idea. It's been around basically since us as a species has existed.
Well, first off, I just want to say that I hate living in a society.
I want to point out too, even if they were like actually true, and this was like for a sort of mature Pokemon thing for like young adults or older, they could have went an interesting direction of making it sort of like a Grimm's fairy tale thing, where it's like not all Pokemon are friend-shaped. There are some friend-shaped. There are some Pokemon that will do weird shit if you provoke them, and take the approach that there's some sort of moral lesson to be learned.
Oh boy.
Like Drifloon, or as I like to call them, Jimmy Savile.
Yes, Drifloon is like prime example for a Grimm's fairy tale story made into a Pokemon. Just because it looks like a friend-shaped balloon doesn't mean that it will not kidnap your children.
In Legend Arceus, there was actually a quest where
this is the case for what's
one.
I'm sorry, could you repeat that, please, Lon?
What?
In Legend Arceus, there was basically a quest where you have to save a child from a Drifloon.
Right! I forgot about that.
There is.
See,
they could with and then you bring it back to the lady who told you to collect them, and then she's not there, and her soul is there, and then it turns out she was a Spiritomb.
See, you have so many Pokemon that look friend-shaped, but there's like some darker moral here. If you were to make that into like either a game or an animated series or whatnot, you could take the Grimm's Fairy... That would be something new, something fresh. But they don't do that, which is really boggling.
Hell, they did this with Beautifly. So, Beautifly, the butterfly Pokemon that looks like very dainty. It basically looks like a monarch butterfly, with a big ass head. Anyway, that thing uses that big nose that it has. That's basically a straw. It uses it to drink the body fluids of its prey. So yeah, it's not a foreign concept to them to make friend-shaped Pokemon into enemy-shaped Pokemon.
Yeah,
and they never really do anything with like these entries or this knowledge. They're just like, I mean, yeah, it could be fatal to any children that comes in contact with it, but whatever. Here's a plushie.
Honestly, yeah, I kind of wish they did that. All right, so what I was saying before about Giratina, I wish they did it with this, so the original one was feisty as hell, which is why it got banished. Like, it was banished for treason, apparently. But then in Gen 4, that same Giratina is the one that stops Cyrus from resetting the universe or deleting it.
Yeah.
And also, like, that's it getting redeemed. But there's also other Giratina in, like, max raid dens. Because it's confirmed that, there are multiple legendaries. It's just one per the story, but not one per species. So, like, the one in Legends Arceus, for example, that you fight with, I forget his name, Cynthia's ancestor. That's the same one that got banished. He's still bitter about what Arceus did so much, is why he attacks you. But, like, when you go to catch him, he's not as aggressive, if you notice.
Yeah.
Anyway.
That's
Alright,
fascinating. I guess would be a good word
Nanashi,
for
do you mind if I move on to the TCG, or not TCG, VGC, if we're done talking about the leaks?
Yeah,
because
this is
I'm
your
not sure
segment.
if
Go
there's
right ahead.
more. I think
Okay, one final thing.
So,
well, hang on, Yoshi. Apparently,
there
Lone
is-
had something you wanted to contribute.
One
Yeah,
final
go ahead.
thing about cute Pokemon being dangerous. Here's a picture. That is all.
Okay, I forgot that artist did that one.
It's funny.
All right, well, go ahead.
Alright, so all I wanted to talk about was, so recently VGC changed to regulation, I believe, H. It's either G or H, but either way, it's a regulation where there are no legendaries. No Surging Strikes Urshifu, no, no Raging Bolt, no Fluttermane. I know those are technically, Paradox Pokemon, but they're basically treated like legendaries. Anyway, the only Pokemon allowed are basically normal Pokemon that don't have any, special quirk about them or category. Considering this, there's a certain Pokemon that's shot up in usage. Two, one technically not shot up, but used by Wolfglick, who is one of the best, if not the best, VGC player in the world. The first one is Electabuzz, which for some reason made top 8 at I believe, a regional, and also a national. For the record, Electabuzz is considered ass, actually, but they buffed it recently by giving it Follow Me, so now it's actually a really good redirector, and as a result, it's been making top 8s recently, a lot. Keeping this in mind, it's basically just a watered down Thundurus, unironically. The reason being, it does everything Thundurus does, but worse, and it also doesn't have Tailwind. But that aside, yeah, it's hella funny that Electabuzz, a Gen 1 Pokemon that's been considered ass since it's existed, is now suddenly really good. The second Pokemon is Toadschool, used by Wolfglick. So,
good word.
Anyone who's played Gen 9 and caught a Toadschool, or evolved a Toadschool into one, knows that it's really fast, but it has an ability that makes it so all its status moves are automatically negative priority. However, Wolfglick used it on a team with Galarian Wheezing. Wheezing with Neutralizing Gas, which is an ability that takes away abilities, meaning he had a Pokemon that was a Grass type with 100 space speed with Spore. To give you perspective, Spore doesn't miss if a Grass type uses it.
It's also
unless it's on another Grass type because they're immune.
Toadschool is actually more tankier than you expected as well.
No. Yeah, that's the thing. It's literally a support Pokemon. The only thing holding it back was its ability. But now that Wheezing is back in the game with Neutralizing Gas, it can actually do its job without being hindered by its ability. Which I know the Pokemon Company was either molding because they didn't want this to happen, which is why they give it that ability, or they were waiting for this moment so they could be rubbing their hands at people getting hype over Wheezing use again. Because $10 tells me that there's someone there who really loved James back in the original anime, and they really want Wheezing to succeed as a result.
Don't blame him. James is an amazing
I don't blame him either. Wheezing's goated as a Pokemon. But yeah, so as a result, Toadschool has been also winning a lot of stuff because it's been paired up with Wheezing a lot. And Wheezing is also has really good synergy with it because with Wheezing, it also neutralizes the other opponent's abilities. So anything like a prankster Pokemon like Murkrow or Oblivious like Dondozo, it doesn't get that. So you're working with a team that doesn't need its abilities versus a team that probably relies on its abilities. So the idea of that is just really cool, and I want to bring that up because it's always funny to me when Pokemon that are considered bad or just that aren't used too much end up making like top 8 cuts for no reason. It's hella funny to me.
Like Regigigas.
Like what? Yeah, but here's the thing: Regigigas was always gonna be good as long as that ability got taken away. Which once Weezing got neutralizing gas, that was the case. So yeah. There was one more. There was one more Pokemon actually. It was Toedscruel, it was Electabuzz, and if I remember correctly, the last Pokemon was not Garchomp. It's another Gen 4 Pokemon. I'm forgetting. I think Weavile, because Weavile. All right, yeah, Weavile. So it did. I don't think it's won any majors yet, but I have seen it mostly because even though it's a worse Chien-Pao. Yeah, Chien-Pao. It is literally, it's still Chien-Pao. It's just weaker. So it's filling that same role, just doesn't have the same ability as it, and that's the only thing that was making it better, honestly. That and the stats. So people are using it as a substitute, and it's the funniest fucking thing because people are forgetting it's a different Pokemon. Well, some other players know to like work around that. But yeah, I also want to bring that up because it's funny. It's literally just, what if you bought Wolchien off fucking Wish?
All right, so was that everything?
That's all I got for Pokemon.
All right.
Yep, that's everything. You're good to go, boy. I mean, I'm sorry, I was fucking with my dog. You're good to go, Reborn.
Okay, now I'm gonna be my boy, Dragonic Kaiser Vermilion the Blood. Yes, I know, long as hell. Vermilion. One of Vermilion's few problems is lack of numbers and names. Now that we have the support from the Blood, that is no longer an issue. And we're also getting Glory Maelstrom. To the Aquaforce people out there, I say good for y'all. Y'all deserved your dragon, your naval dragon, Jesus. But I'm still hype Vermilion. Also, this Quoro, also known as Black. I'm contemplating of trying the Quoro stuff, but I'm more interested in the new VSPO with the new girl and with because there's supposed to be 3 VSPO decks that we're going to get. One being Sunlight Galaxy Aizawa Emma. I will be trying this. You can play it as either VSPO or Dragon Empire. With the new black stuff, the black deck does a lot of what Welstra does, but with its own unique stuff. They get to search for their order for free at grade 1.
Oh, okay, cool.
They're actually the first deck that I've seen in the Overdress era that also has a grade 4. Demon that revels in the darkness black.
Good Gamdism.
If you have a card with Camera Chan, you get to in your rear guard or order zone, you pick 3 rear guards and they're put into deal state. All you gotta know, this will matter once I continue. At the end of the battle, this unit attacked. Chaos Counterblast 1, pick a card and pick a rear guard in the deal state and stand it. This is just a fancy way of saying stand a rear guard, restand a rear guard. And its grade 4 is if you have a Camera Chan, instead of 1 card getting into the deal state, everybody gets into the deal state. Ruler of the Demon World, Demon Lord Black. and at the end of after he attacks, you soul blast the grade 3 black, which this is trying to make it pretend that it's not a unit. It's not a mask unit. Let's just pretend that this isn't some edgelord trying not to be a mask. At the end of the battle he attacked, you take a grade 3 from their hand or soul into the drop. Stand all your rear guards in the deal state, and they get +5, but they die at the end of the turn.
Meanie, holy shit.
Hi, how you might been, my friend? Hugs. Hug.
Just stopped in to say hey?
Then I didn't want to about ready to do your podcast.
That's fine. Appreciate you stopping by.
Because I don't really play Yu-Gi-Oh anymore. I've kind of...
And now we hear about Camera-chan. Camera-chan acts like the Wellstra. Order Zone Soul Blast 1, you call him to an open rear guard as 5k crit 1 with boost at the end of the turn, put him back into the order. If you have a Vanguard with black in its card name, it's power 10k. This is a 10k every turn booster or attacker that's swinging for 15k. This sounds like Wellstra Light, but once you realize you can have a whole restanding field at any moment, black gets very dangerous.
Meanwhile, one thing I want to bring up real quick. Next Thursday, we're going to be shown 3 encounter cards. One to support... Oh no, never mind. It's just 5 total. 3 rear guards for... including... 3 encounter rear guards, which also includes Battle Sister Cocoa, that strengthens non-strider encounter decks. And the thing I'm personally excited for, 2 new dimensional robos.
Yes, they're gonna get... D-Robos is finally getting stuff in the year of our Lord 2024. Different fight must be hype.
Probably. The card that we're only showing 1 card right now, and we don't even know what it does. It is Super Dimensional Robo Die Winged, and it looks amazing. I love it.
But yeah, I've been watching around quietly. I just, I'm a shadow. Hug the Nanashi.
No, it's perfectly fine, man. The show's kind of evolved. We don't just talk Yu-Gi-Oh! We talk multiple card games. In fact,
I don't play any card games at all, really. Not anymore. I've mostly been playing gaming on my PS5 and Final Fantasy 14.
That's fair. Well, I'm just glad you found something to do with your time.
Yeah.
Well, you're welcome to hang out if you want. We're just going to talk about card games for the rest of the evening. But, Ignister, Reborn, was there anything else Vanguard related, or?
Oh yeah, we're also getting Gandiva and Solarion masks.
We did get some cards for Solarion masks, which I won't go over due to for sake of time. And you should do the same, Phoenix, so we don't take as long as we did last time.
Yeah, I'm not as hyped, but all you just gotta know is I can't wait for the blood. I can't wait for the blood.
You know what?
Wait for the new Dimensional Robos.
You know what? Fair enough, man. All right, well, if that's all you got...
That's it, yeah.
All right, well, then we'll go ahead and move into the next topic, which will be Weiss Schwarz. We got a few things to go over. I'll try and make it quick. The Bushiroad Championship Series, which is the major tournament taking place pretty much all over the world, had its first event in Sacramento, California on the weekend of October 5th and 6th. The first place winner was playing a reincarnated as a slime deck, specifically the Rimuru Murin build, which is fantastic. And the second place player was using the new Ayakashi Triangle series, which was a Matsuri Ryo Suzu focus build. Waifu all to hell is all I can say. They have just released the new Marvel Avengers Trial Deck and Booster Pack, but of course it's only in Asia and Oceania property areas. And they even had a massive countrywide interactive play campaign that was not in the US, so that people could actually sit down and try the cards and see if they liked them. In addition to that, they also have released the Dengeki Bunko expansion pack, which supports a ton of older sets, including the Excel World pack that I'm a huge fan of. They've also announced a few new products coming soon. They have announced Persona 3 Reload as an expansion on the Persona series is dropping March 14th of next year. The new Rascal Does Not Dream expansion pack is dropping on March 28th. And Marvel is already getting a booster on April 4th. And my favorite bit of news, they have confirmed that we are in fact getting an import of Rurouni Kenshin.
Nice.
Makes me insanely happy.
Speaking of Persona, I recommend the games heavily. The games are freaking god tier.
Oh, Alice loves the Persona series. She's probably playing Persona 5 Royal with mods right now, if I had to take a guess.
I'm playing Metafor.
She was playing that earlier too.
Quick question: is she into the the Warriors game that they made for Persona 5? I forget the name of it. Strikers or something like that.
Yeah, Persona 5
Strikers. I could not tell you. I can ask later.
It is it's a continuation sequel.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
From
all
what I've seen. Yeah.
It's technically is a continuation, like Royal was a retelling similar to Golden for 4.
I wish Persona 5's card set was as good as the games, honestly.
I actually have some news about Persona. As you know, Nanashi, I have sources all over the internet from game companies and stuff.
We'll be right here.
Persona 4 might be getting the Persona 5 remake.
I heard about that.
What do you mean by Persona 5? Like it might be treated like it might have the same controls and stuff?
Yeah. Like what they did for Persona 3.
Oh, and thank you for posting the release schedule, by the way, Ron.
It's supposedly the working title that they're currently using is Persona 4 Rerun.
Interesting.
Because it's a TV show.
That actually makes sense. I like that. Well, now that we got the Weiss Schwarz topics out of the way, now we can move right into the Yu-Gi-Ohs.
Can I get
just real quick? It's not anything of importance. I just want to say, like I keep saying it, if we were to get a new deck, since we already have Dragon Maid and we just got part 3 for JoJo, I hope we either get part 4 or I hope we end up getting a One Punch Man deck since we already have Mob Psycho. Those are the only 2 I want. That's it. Then it would be perfect because all the other anime I like already have decks.
Fair enough. I mean, we do have JoJo parts 3, 5, and 6 in the series now, so that's something to work with at least.
If Kira is a card that literally resets you back one clock when you use his ability, I will scream because that is the card that writes itself. Honestly.
Well, Made in Heaven basically skips a turn.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like, make it so it's specifically Kosaku. Make it so his ability, make him like a 3-point card or whatever it's called, 3 clock or whatever, and then make it so if you use his ability, you reset yourself back down 1 stage. But at the end of the turn, he has to go away, so it isn't completely busted.
I would like to rebut that inherent type of effect with a Marvel Snap card called Kang, which also resets to the beginning of that turn, and is unanimously considered the single worst card in the entire game.
That is a damn shame.
But
worst as in complete garbage, or worse as like not fun to go against?
Absolute big doggy doo-doo dog shit.
Okay.
Alright, well, let's try this again. Let's go ahead and get into the Yu-Gi-Oh! Topics. Let's start with a couple of quick news bites. First off, the French provider and producer of Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards is apparently liquidating, I believe it is, and it may cause delays to production of future product. Yeah, Rom brought this up not too long ago. I felt like it was worth touching on. In addition to that, some Belgian factories might be making up for the closure, but no official information's been provided. Okay. Appreciate you keeping us on that. Be sure to keep us up to date on that if anything new were to develop. We'll bring it up in the next show, which, by the way, next show is show number 50, and it's also the last show of the year.
Oh, how fitting.
I know, right?
Oh,
we've been
I'll
doing
be
this
older
bullshit for
by
over
then.
4 years now.
Oh wow, we really have.
Yeah. We skipped one podcast, and we had an episode 0, but it's basically been 4.5 years.
Pretty big.
Nice.
Uh-huh. Now, the other interesting topic is that...
I was gonna say, would it be awkward to slip in that my birthday's in a few days?
Absolutely not. Happy early birthday, man.
Yeah.
Thank you.
The other...
My birthday is actually the end of the week. Sunday.
Oh.
Cool.
Oh, Sunday? Nice.
Oh, yeah, my mother's birthday is this month. But the other detail here is that Farfa has cut all ties with Konami due to creative differences.
Yeah, okay, let's call it that.
Well, the reason is because Farfa was a huge associate to Konami. He spoke at their events. He held like live streams of certain major tournaments, all that good stuff. But I think the main reason that it happened, personally, is because he's getting more political with his comments and tweets and whatnot, and Konami probably didn't like that very much. But either way, it doesn't really matter. It is just a little shocking to see someone who is so deeply involved in Konami and Yu-Gi-Oh! As a whole just cut ties. So now we're going to see where that goes.
Yeah.
To be fair, this is the same company that cut ties with Hideo Kojima because he had to work with his name on MSG5.
Yeah, that's
so,
true.
So, like, this ain't nothing new.
Yeah, you got me there.
They cut ties with a man who literally made them more money than their actual card game.
Yeah, you got that right. Okay, so the big thing to talk about next would be Master Duel. First off, they have released update 2.10, which is live now and manually updates for all users on November 7th, and they made a lot of improvements. Firstly, you can now check your deck's contents during duels. You can now gamble extra points for a preferred finish on any super or ultra rare cards.
Okay.
You now have the option to not dismantle select cards ever. Your pack tickets now display better in the shop, and it auto-deletes all your oldest replays when you're at capacity and you save a new one. But in addition to that, they've also given you the ability to lock set replays from being deleted by the prior change.
Interesting.
You can now add tags to select replays. You can now display the 3 main cards on your replays. You can now see who won and lost and went first and second before watching any replays. You can check the deck before watching replays. And you can complete missions to add more save replay capacity. So it's mostly aesthetic stuff, but it's nice. But here's the big one that caught my eye.
Cool. Let me say this real cool updates, Konami, but when are we going to be able to dismantle cards from the legacy packs?
Thank you.
Yeah, that's still a big issue. That's
come on now, Jimbo.
Now, here's something interesting.
I'll be 100% honest, I stopped playing because of that.
Fair enough. Here's something interesting that I spotted at the tail end of the article. They updated the way Clear World works.
Oh, you mean the funny field spell?
Yeah, they changed the way it functions. The earth, water, and fire-based effects.
No, I was saying they eroded a card in the game. That's crazy. Because it's digital, so that old one doesn't exist anymore in that game.
The earth, water, and fire effects do not start a chain anymore.
Okay.
And the earth effect no longer targets. So, mostly aesthetic stuff, and it's been pretty good. Next up is their ban list, which just went into effect yesterday, and all they did was semi-limit branded opening, and unlimited D-Hero Malicious, MX Saber Invoker, Fusion Destiny, Mask Change 2, and Sprite Starter.
Oh dear.
Whatever. The typical crappy Master Duel ban list that doesn't do anything for the game at the moment. Nothing to fuss over about.
Not really. The Dual Triangle came and went, which was their Fusion, Synchro, and Link triple event with multiple loner decks. The Fusion gave you loner decks for Ancient Gear, Thunder Dragon, and Shaddoll. Synchro gave you Centurion, Super Heavy Samurai, and Vanadium. And Link gave you Evil Eye, Tri-Brigade, and Ragnarika Blend.
And yet, each one respectively had Branded, Tenpai, and Snake Eye Smith. Well, Snake Eye Fire Kings.
Are you really that surprised, though? Yep, Team Synchron wins for a second year in a row. Let's see. There's the Duel Tryout event, which introduced the new Hallow and Ween cards, where Hallow got its own Fiend deck, and Ween got its own Zombie deck for loners.
And people are now using Ween to FTK with Skull Servants.
That does not surprise me. At least it's Skull Servants and not something more degenerate. What was that?
No, nothing.
Oh, okay. Let's see. The new solo mode is out, which is progression of weapon development designed for Allied Justice. Hang on. Double Helix, who is watching live once again, has a question. Oh, an FTK involving Ween. They want to know about it.
Basically, you just want to mass fill your whole graveyard before summoning out Ween, burn your opponent, and then just burn your opponent.
But like, isn't the effect like opponent based? Because like they have to choose the effect.
Oh yeah,
No,
yeah. Hallow and Ween's gimmick is that they give you 2 effects to choose from.
Oh,
I remember one gives you life points and the other deals damage.
No, they both do the same thing. They both either gain attack or burn.
Right. Well,
and they have a search.
Yep, they have a spell that searches both of them, which is actually kind of cool. Let's see. There's the new bundle deal that they're offering, where you can get 10 packs and a Ghost Bell. And the main reason they did that is because Ghost Bell got a negation animation.
Nice.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
It's more rage-inducing, actually, when you think about it.
Realistically. Let's see. They gave us a new selection pack called Outlaws from the Inferno, which is Tenpai, Goblin Biker, Infernoid, and Ritual Beast stuff. And on release, they automatically put Sangen Summoning to 2.
Which does nothing.
I was gonna say, wow, what's going to be next? Unbanning, putting a ban on Humpty Grumpty, because I guarantee you that would do as much.
No, worse.
Yeah,
putting a ban on fucking bats.
Give Fiend Smith a tap on the wrist once it comes out.
Nah, don't. We're all afraid of Halloween, so we're going to ban Pumpkin, the king of ghosts.
Someday they're going to get a full-fledged pumpkin patch archetype, and it's going to feature Charlie Brown.
They'll find a way to retrain and incorporate the Castle of Dark Illusions, because for some reason, they pair together, even though they're used by 2 separate people.
They pulled apart a structure deck. Who knows? Let's see. Then there's the selection pack Tricky Reception, which has Hallow and Ween plus their Searcher, as well as cards for Gold Pride, Moon of Closed Heaven, and Summon Slut at its errata.
Wait, what?
Summon Sorceress.
Yeah, I don't call her Summon Sorceress because she can be put into basically any deck, so I just call her Summon Slut. Errata Summon Slut.
Identify it.
Show title. Okay, so
Summon Slut is back.
Yep, that's gonna be a show title. I already know it.
Yo, my favorite archetype, the Summon Slut
titles with slut in the name.
And then there's Secret Pack, the most dangerous race of the cosmos, which is just Gold Pride.
Exactly.
And that's pretty much all the Master Duel stuff. There was quite a bit to get through. But now we can start talking about the new card game stuff. First off, Rage of the Abyss is officially out.
Oh,
banger set.
Yes. Fantastic set. Far better than we ever realized.
Yeah, it's actually giving water.
Everyone say that is sick.
Fire and water is coming back.
Yeah, I know.
It's coming back.
Sharks ate good this set.
Atlantean Mermaid, my God, they're being pushed up.
Oh yeah.
I was gonna
This
say,
is an oh my brother testify.
Believe in water meta. I wish there was something in there for penguins, but there wasn't.
Say again?
I wish there was something in there for penguins. I tried, but there really isn't.
Damn, that's minus. The struggle. I'm just imagining the meme of the 2 dudes handshaking, Toon players, Penguin players, getting universal support, but still not helping the deck.
sadly. Funny you mentioned that, Helix. I'm actually after the area channeler myself. I got myself a playset of it for my shark deck, because until we get 7th Tachyon, which I'll get to that in a minute, I'm going to need all the help I can get.
Well, but to be fair, we all know that 7th Tachyon is going to be short printed to the Shadow Realm and back.
Obviously. They also released OTS Pack 26, which the ultis in that pack are Dia Bellstar, Low of the Voiceless Voice, and Phantom of Yubel.
Joy's occasion.
Oh, you're just playing this for collection's sake. That's fair.
Oh, by the way, for those who are watching, yesterday I went to locals. I ended up getting 4 packs of Tournament Pack 26 for getting first place. And also last place because nobody else showed up.
I hate when that happens.
Good old Halloween, eh?
Yeah, what can you do?
Yeah, that's why they're gonna ban Pumpkin, because Halloween ruins locals.
I mean, I actually made Pumpkin for Halloween yesterday.
Yeah.
Well, you see, I'm gonna make your pumpkin rot at supersonic speed, so it's banned IRL in physical form.
Now just imagine Sonic the Hedgehog stomping the shit out of it.
Okay, I guess that's the same.
Alright, so now it's the upcoming products, and we got some news. First off, Quarter Century Bonanza, which drops next week, has released a slew of reprints, and I see somebody beat me to the punch on that one. My god.
Primarily nostalgia bait stuff, but
nothing wrong with that, especially considering the level of nostalgia bait. Like, they catered to the nostalgia factor. This shit blew the Megatin out of the water.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing because, well, first off, Megatin is a very low bar by standards, but also it's paid homage to like all of the earlier because you know a lot of the staples for us and Goat are getting too damn expensive. Let's reprint them in this bonanza.
By the way, love the pumpkin. Love the pumpkin,
Thank
man.
you.
That's fantastic. I am so happy to see that.
Thank you.
I am back.
Welcome back. Let's see. They also delayed the last Speed Duel product, Battle City Finals, to December 13th.
Why does that not surprise me?
Now, there is so much to go over when it comes to Supreme Darkness. They have dumped just about every card that's coming out in that pack. First off,
the World of Turbo now exists.
We'll get to that.
Hanor's got some, but like you said, you'll get into that.
Yeah, first off, Materia Reactor support. 2 monsters, a rank 3, a continuous spell, and a counter trap. Insane.
My god, it's insane support too.
Yeah,
very insane support.
And we finally got a full-fledged look at the gimmick. It was kind of undermined because of how few supports they had, but Materia Reactor's literal entire purpose of existence is to take its materials and put them in your hand. That is so cool. I have never seen
it do. It also synergizes with level 3 vanillas, which they added, so people are coming up with the memeiest fucking vanilla staples, especially from Joey's card pool.
Yeah, I have never felt so liberated to make that video from a couple of years ago where I said that Materia Reactor is just Jerry Bean support.
Dude, right now, currently, the best level 3 is Genix Controller to the status of being a tuner and searchable.
Huh.
No, guys, I think this is the time for Swordsman of Landstar to come in.
Quite possibly. Let's see.
Oh, no, we're bringing it's a level 3 silver thing. We're gonna bring the old combo back.
God. Silverfang Materia Reactor. That is a hell of a title.
Silverfang Raigeki Materia Reactor. GG.
That 25-year-old meme will never get old. Oh yeah, and there's also a level 3 World Chalice monster, which means World Chalice Materia Reactor is now a thing.
Neat.
Oh, and again, because it also focuses on normal types, Primite Gaming.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
God.
Well, anyway, actually, Kingdom Hearts, aka Magic Key.
Jesus.
It's a little 4 though, so like. Well,
yeah.
Probably
Forget Magic Key sometimes.
Normal monsters ain't good this year. You're absolutely right. There's also the Tenyi support, which is a monster, an 8-star synchro, and a field spell. I hate to admit it, it really didn't change much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I
cool.
think it's just doing the same things.
Yeah.
Was it this set that Orcust also got support?
No, that's in a special pack. I
No,
got that
that's
covered.
Okay. Yeah. Because I
see.
saw that and I didn't know if it was in Supreme Darkness.
Nah,
But I know
sadly
people
no.
were hyped. I know people were also hyped about that.
Let's see.
Despite the PTSD causing.
Ugh, don't get me started on that. There's also the Atlantean Mermail support, which gave him a monster, a new rank 7, and a trap.
The new rank 7 is actually needed because it makes the Atlantean. Oh fuck! What was his name?
The new
Because it makes
rank
it
7 you stack on top of an Atlantean Mermail Xyz.
Yeah, it makes it better. It makes it easier and better, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Well, they got a main deck retrain of Poseidra that's easier to summon and does more. So it's like, cool, we don't have to play the shitty OG, we can just play this one.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And by the way, congratulations, Rom, on getting your basically pug support. Forgot to mention that.
I'm still frustrated on their approach of OG Poseidra boss monster, because it came out around the same time as the Fire King stuff, because Poseidra and Garunix, old Garunix was pretty fucking good for its time, boss monster-wise, and Poseidra was just, okay, you tribute 3 level 3 or lower sea serpent monsters to summon you, and all you do is reduce stats and maybe a bit of giant Trunade.
What a tragedy.
And also you have a built-in soul charge that doesn't let you special summon, even though you're on the artwork of the card.
Yeah, that's just, it's a damn shame, honestly. Then we get to the White Forest support, which gave them a new monster, 3 spells, and a trap.
It is what it is. I don't know. I was like, alright, support.
And then
much.
and then adjacent from that is the new Azamina support, which is a monster, a fusion, and 2 traps.
Okay, this one's like fucking disgustingly good.
Yeah.
Because like the new fusion summons the negate fusion too, easily. So like, oh, that's annoying.
They got in on the Metalmorph support again. Joey got in on the Metalmorph support with a new monster and a trap.
Yeah.
Metal Flame Swordsman.
That's really
I
cool.
actually have the red eyes in my book.
Card.
No one asked for a Metalmorph Flame Swordsman, but we got it anyway, and we didn't know how much we needed it.
The hero we never knew we need, but we appreciate existing. Let's see.
But like the other more important one, the frickin' Arcana Force support.
I'm getting to that soon. Let's see. Then there's the new Primite support, which we mentioned earlier, which is just a monster and a new counter trap. Cool.
Is that pretty good, actually?
Yeah, it's
Not
pretty
bad.
good. Nothing much to speak of, though. It's about normal monsters, so you know.
Yeah.
Let's see. Then there's the new Gladiator Beast support, which gives them a new Test monster, a new main deck Glad Beast monster, a new Fusion, a Link 2, and a Field Spell. That shit is insane.
That shit is broken, too.
No. The Fusion is an outright finisher.
Yes.
That recycles your stuff.
Yeah.
Mischief of the Time Goddess and a Fusion monster.
Honestly, it's what they needed and wanted, because Battle Phase is their game.
It really is.
Yeah.
They finally got everything they need to be a genuine
by
threat.
the way, hilariously, end of first battle phase, evenly matched. Enter second battle phase. Kill your stuff.
So disgusting.
It really is. Let's see.
I remember because I bring up the whole second battle phase thing because it reminds me of this dude from like ages ago who was playing this one card that gave your opponent like that set a spell or trap card on your opponent's field. I can't remember the name of it. But the trap card was this weird, like, old card that was like, your opponent conducts their second battle phase twice. And he was like, oh, this is broken in this deck because you give it to your opponent, they're forced to activate it with some other obscure card he's playing. And then they just attack your Glad Beast and they get tag out and stuff. And I'm looking at him like, dude, that's such dog shit.
You never know. You never know. Let's see. Then there's the new Halloween-themed cards, which are Hallow and Ween, and the card that searches them, that Master Duel already got. And then...
And they're like... those cards are like alright for theming, but like in practice, they're like okay, mediocre.
Nothing wrong with having some fun stuff to kick around with. And then we get to the thing that everybody wants to talk about, which is the Arcana Force support.
I mean, can you blame us for wanting to talk about it? We thought Konami forgot about it. After two opportunities they failed at.
2 main deck monsters, a contact fusion, and 2 traps. And it changed everything.
It changed everything, actually.
And this support actually makes the World Turbo a bit more viable.
A bit?
I was kind of expecting them to get a fusion because, well, it's a GX. If they're not giving fusions to people, they're giving rituals to everyone, even like one-off villains. Cough cough, where's my Lycan Frobe archetype?
And let's also not forget that this frickin' fusion monster is a floodgate while light barrier's in play.
Yes.
No, because it's funny, because like in the anime originally, light barrier is a floodgate too.
I was gonna point that out. Light barrier deadass in the anime was Mystic Mine.
It really was, and this is pretty damn close.
Yeah, the frickin'
And now we can get into some of the single cards of note.
Yeah.
God.
Light barrier just full on negates the effects of all monsters on the field.
Except for kind of force monsters.
God, now I'm thinking of that one fucking meme format where it's Light Barrier looking at Mystic Mine over in Bandless Hell, and he's just like, "Who are you?" Mystic Mine then replies, "I'm you, but better."
Yup.
Yeah. Now we just need the remaining Arcana Force support from the anime back in the real life card lane game. We have frickin' Reverse Reborn, which is Premature Burial. Sowing of the Fool, which is frickin' Mill Cancer.
Yup.
Diversion of Fate, which that could just be super worked around because it's a card.
We need the Hangman as well. That's another main deck monster we're missing, and the Strength.
It's entirely possible we'll get those in the Animation Chronicle if they make another.
Kind of Scythe with
numbers are we missing in the Arcana Force?
A lot.
It's kind of weird because like when you think of the Hierophant, the one of the new Arcana Force cards, it's technically in the anime, but like just called something differently.
Yeah, they can't really use every name. I mean, I don't want to see what they're going to change the name of the Hangman to.
Happy Man.
Unless they somehow keep it as its effect and name intact.
Who knows? We've been getting a little bit better with the translations and imports and stuff. They've been a little bit more lenient with things lately. Maybe we'll get it. Who knows?
Yeah, they started being accepting of Ankh recently, so...
Alright.
Little Timmy isn't going to care about Hanging Man.
Now I do wonder how they're going to try and import, if they ever do it, import Material Lord, Spiritual Lord, and Sky Lord.
That's an interesting thought, actually.
Because it kind of makes me want to think that they'll do a similar case with how they did with Zone's trap cards of Empty Machine, Infinite Machine, and Infinite Light, where they can just, place themselves on the field from the deck.
That's actually not a bad point.
It's weird
they'd also be better because they're continuous spells, so they can be activated on the same turn, and then they can also summon the extra monsters.
Unfortunately, Material and Spiritual Lord are trap cards.
What the fuck? I swear to God, they were all continuous, unless I'm misremembering.
Okay, hang on. Guys.
They are continuous.
Traps. And the other one, Sky Lord, is a continuous spell.
Okay, Ignister, what were you trying to say a moment ago?
Was saying 2 of them are continuous traps.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's such dog shit.
Also, they don't do anything.
Well,
that's what I'm because I thought because I was misremembering. I thought they were all continuous spells. I just remember they can turbo out the extra monsters, the big beefy assholes.
Well, let's go ahead and get into the singles of note in this set. First one.
We're not just rushing past like the left. Well, I probably didn't hear the context, but that's definitely a title.
Yeah, it is.
Big goofy assholes. Okay.
Yeah,
just
can't
like
force
that,
extra.
Like a drive-by.
They're big dumb idiots with 4K attack and actual decent coin flip effects.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's see. There's also the new shark support. Sharks have been eating fantastically, by the way. They got Jet Shark, which self-summons, searches, dumps shark cards, or searches Aqua Jet.
It's just like a shark card. Just like, what are you supposed to say about it? Another shark card.
It's just a shark card. Like, that's it.
Yeah, wait.
Then they
Nanashi.
retrained Aqua Jet.
Nanashi, I've been hearing about people running Ragna Zero and Ragna Infinity.
Oh, yeah. That's because of 7th Tachyon.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it not only does it work as a target for them, it's also a decent tech to play Ragna Zero against decks that have field spells that natively boost their stats. It gives them opportunities to pop stuff.
Seventh Tachyon is such a dumb card because like, you can search anything because of stats.
I don't expect it to survive on without getting hit on the ban list. I'm just gonna say it. I don't expect it to.
Yeah, nice search card variants, but limited to 1.
Let's see. Then there's Snake Eyes Damned Dragon. Hell of a name. It's a contact fusion with a Snake Eyes and an illusion, or you can... Well, it's a regular fusion, and you can use a Snake Eyes and an illusion monster, or you can contact fusion it by sending any 2 monsters in your back row. And on summon, it knocks a monster into the back row.
Dude, it's amazing Crystal Beast support. Amazing Crystal Beast support.
Yeah, it gives them something to do.
Wait, hold on. Hold on, you said Crystal Beast support. We already got a card that sets up full combo, funnily enough.
Yeah, and this takes advantage of the spare pieces they don't need.
Well, I was gonna say, well, there was actually, funnily enough, we got Revolution Synchron, and I've been cooking with that. Because any level 4, mainly Pegasus, and that card in hand makes Power Tool. You're playing 3 copies of Golden Rule, which happens to be an equip spell, and the most broken piece of Crystal Beast back row support we've gotten. So you Pantheism that the hand, activate it, full combo.
Dude, I'm gonna say this about Crystal Beast. They, in terms of monsters, they're so bad. Because like, I'm surprised they have not more fusions. Like, something called Crystal Beast Chimera, Crystal Beast Griffin, some shit like that. It would make more sense.
It would be cool if they
not
did.
mind Crystal Beasts getting more fusions.
Smaller fusions, yeah, make them more viable.
Because they're only like good ones, or like Carbuncle for obvious reasons, and Pegasus. So I'm just thinking, when are we going to get like retrains of the rest that are like really bad or questionable?
They already did.
We don't talk about advance because they waited how many years for a bunch of pack filler garbage?
Yeah, we don't talk about advanced dark.
No, all I ask for Konami to do right now is just give me the rest of Jack's Arc V stuff, and we did.
Fair enough.
Red Gargoyle. That's the one that comes to mind.
There's Red Dragon. There's Red Dumbo, funny elephant that burns for game. There's your RDA support.
Mm-hmm.
No, more specifically, Red Gargoyle.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I was just making a joke.
Yeah. I want my RDA Terratop.
Fair enough. Let's see. Next up is Kick-Ass Goblin Bikers, which is a multi-non-targeting eat of your opponent's monsters or send of your opponent's monsters.
Dude, Goblin Bikers are funny in terms of the lore. They're so fucking funny.
Yeah, I hate to admit it. Goblin Bikers are looking pretty good.
Anyway, Nibiru.
Yeah.
Anyway, Konami's censorship, we can't have Kick-Ass.
Then we got this waste of space of a name, 6-strike Legendary Lord Sextuple Impact, which is just a 6 samurai trap that either board wipes or acts like Awakening the Dragons if it's destroyed. Woo.
They already have one? They already have a board wipe card, don't they?
Yeah, but this one requires you to have all 3 differently named 6 Sam Synchros and 6 Bushido counters you're not using for anything else.
Yeah, good luck with that.
It's a super much win more card.
It is. It's not worth anything.
You all fought the one trap card, the 6 Shinobi, that lets you skip your opponent's turn if you have 6 samurais with different attributes on field is win more. This is the definition of it.
No.
At least that one's playable.
Sam's buffs not here?
No, the thing is, I actually like the fusion more than I like the sextuple strike. The fusion actually has some use. Sextuple strike just says I do what you're going to do.
No,
Honestly,
the 6 Shinobi is an actual trap card that can skip the opponent's turn under those conditions. That's why you would play the fusion if you're even playing that card.
Honestly, I think
Sam's being assholes no matter what.
Okay, hang on.
And it's like
guys. I'm sorry, Connor, go ahead.
I think the activation of the card is not the issue. It's not that difficult to get 2 synchros on the field with 6 Sams. And, well, 6 Sams shit out Bushido counters like they've eaten a lot of laxatives.
Yeah.
But the payoff is more so...
not worth it.
Bleh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'd rather play fucking 6 Shinobi and skip my opponent's turn than whatever is happening here.
Speaking of what's happening here, we're already at 2 hours, so we're going to need to pick up the pace just a wee bit. We got the third Molcharmi card, which is Nyaris, the Earth Beast, which draws every time your opponent's special summons from the graveyard are banished.
If I had a nickel for every hand trap that was an Earth monster relating to effects in the graveyard, I would have 2 nickels, which is weird, which isn't much, but it's weird that it happened twice.
By the way, are you doing okay, man? You got a lot of noise coming out of your mic.
Me?
Yeah. Hearing a lot of, crunching?
Oh, no, it's just me adjusting my webcam.
Oh, okay. Making sure.
Oh,
okay.
Although, if they give us all the Molcharmis, I'm like, you have no choice but to take Called By and take it off the limited list.
You might as well.
Yeah, that has to be a 3 at this point.
Honestly, yeah.
Also, I'm wondering if they're gonna
I honestly think that Called By the Grave should never have been limited to begin with.
Personally, I agree. That's just me.
Yeah, it should
let's
be
see.
like 3.
So next up is Liberator Etho, which is this new reptile 4000 attack self-summoner, and it's clearly just a giant Evangelion reference.
Crap.
Yeah, probably part of lore, who knows.
Fantastic card art.
Yeah, fantastic
It's all
card art.
you say about it.
Wasted
Fantastic card art.
Let's see. Then there's Delta of Temptation, which I am in love with. It's a field spell that drops a high-level zombie from deck to grave and generates tokens if you control a zombie.
Yeah, I was gonna say, this is Eldritch support.
It really is, but at the same time, there are other zombies you can dump with it that still make it worthwhile. You could do Doom King if you wanted to. You could do, what's it called? Changshi for average zombie builds.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna play this in vampires.
Yes.
To send off a vampire.
So, would I be based or dumb to play this on a Skull Servant deck?
Dumb. It only sends high-level zombies, so it doesn't really do anything.
That's the point. It's meant to be a brick.
I mean, you could use that to send a bait card, maybe, but eh. Let's see. Then we got...
Or use it to, like, bait someone's, like, feather duster or something. But, go on.
Oh, yeah, the Giant Tartarus. That's another one you can send with it. Then there's also Clockwork Knight, the new Link 1 that searches Clockwork Knight, the continuous spell.
We evolve from dual spells to continuous spells.
Cyber Dragons now have a field... Cyber Dragons now have a Link 1 that searches...
Yeah, if you're playing the Glass Cannon Cyberdark Power Bond engine, of course.
Mm-hmm. Let's see.
Dude, another piece for Earth Machines. Another piece for Earth Machines. The deck will be good. Copium.
Yeah, big old copium.
Yeah, Gage was a prophet. I'll have to give him props on that one. Let's see. Then there is Abao Aku, the Lightless Shadow. Dumbest name I've ever seen, but it's on a Link 4 that's basically a delayed Saryuja who can also discard to destroy a card or banish herself and replace herself with a dark or light monster from your grave.
God, this card's broken.
It seems like it. If you can make it last that long, that draw is insane. It's literally just Saryuja.
Dude, it's better though. It's so good though because it's a good revive too,
and
a pop.
And
like,
the
God,
free, all those.
Oh, sorry.
That's fine. I was just gonna say, and all the other free agent cards that don't seem to be associated with anything else are okay. Nothing really special to speak of, except for Double Wild, which is clearly just Face Knight support.
Oh yeah, that card.
Yeah.
And also, technically, the new Goddess of Whim, or whatever her name is, retrained. That's basically just makes Arcana Force even better.
Yeah, I'm using her in
Double
Arcana Force too.
Yeah. Double Wild is because the first thing that came to my mind when I saw Double Wild, this is Eldritch support.
Dude, I read it as Earth Machine support too. Again, more Earth Machine support.
What do you have that's level 10? Oh, wait.
Yeah, Earth Machine.
Now, that's all the stuff for that particular pack, and man, that took a while. But they made a small alteration to the Blue Eyes White Destiny deck. It's still coming out on February 7th, but they have increased the chance at getting some good stuff out of it. You are getting a second copy of Maiden, Wishes, or Ultimate Spirit as a secret, and possibly as a quarter-century secret rare. They turned them into chase cards.
I'm kind of upset that Kaiba Man wasn't one of them.
Sadly, Kaiba Man's basically irrelevant now, but I was hoping they'd reboot him and make him into Neo Kaiba Man.
I was gonna say, just give him a not a errata, what is it called? A retrain.
Yeah.
Give him a retrain. Turn him into like, I don't know, Kaiba Man Ultimate to represent like, Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, and just have him make the shoulder pads fucking Blue Eyes heads.
Yeah, actually, I would pay so much money for that.
I kind of want to draw that now. I might actually draw that for you.
Sounds
Although
good.
I draw mostly Wolfos at this point, so my humans are ass, so it's gonna come out looking like actual doo-doo butter.
Dude, just do your best. Do your best, man.
I'll do my best.
Let's see.
No, I will actually do I actually have a known Blue Eyes player at my locals. I will do a legitimate Blue Eyes deck. I have Neo Ultimate. I have Ultimate Alternative in my book.
Next up is Terminal World 2. We got the Gem Knight support from it, which is 2 main deck monsters, a fusion, and a spell card.
Dude, one of the new main decks, Holocore, right? My God, that's such a busted card.
The fusion's a busted card. He summons 3 fusions.
Honey Iced Tea. That reminds me, I need to update my dinosaurs deck for Jirak.
Yeah, I need to do the same. I haven't been able to settle on an engine yet. Let's see. Then there's the Quarter-Century Trinity box, which we finally got the Orca support announced for, and they gave him a Link 1 and a Link 4. Holy shit, that stuff is good.
It's like, bro, it's very good. The idea of a Link 1 for Orcas already was a powerful idea, but the Link 1 they got
hilarious. That's
so much better.
I've seen it in action. This shit's amazing.
Like 3 times.
And then let's see. There's Maze of the Master, whose TCG date is currently unknown, but it's a brand new special pack, which is going to be importing Earthbound Immortal Red Nova and Performage Trapeze High Magician, and they've also confirmed that we're getting brand new Odeon-style Trap Monster support.
My God.
Nice. I hate to interrupt, but I gotta get going, unfortunately.
That's perfectly fine, man. We appreciate you stopping by. Let's see.
Thanks. See y'all next time we do this, or at least in this case, in case like streaming.
Of course. Maybe you'll make it for the 50th podcast at the start of December.
Okay.
I hope so.
All right.
I'll ask to have either that day off or just make it so I can work, so I don't have to deal with that.
Well,
going through the big 5-0.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably next year, Nanashi, not this year. I probably will do the RDA deck profile again.
Looking forward to that, man.
Yeah.
But getting back to the Maze of the Master box. Later.
Bye, Mom.
They've also confirmed that we're getting the Clear support, the Trickstar cards from Duelist to Brilliance, and the Tachyon cards, or at least some of them, in this box as well.
Wait, is Trickstar's gonna be meta again?
I don't know about meta.
Don't think so.
I don't need Trickstars terrifying me. As long as we get the Union stuff, I'm fine.
Fair enough.
It sounds like the Trickstar stuff is really like branching out more on like Link Infusion stuff instead of just outright FTK burn.
Yeah, which I appreciate.
Mm-hmm.
And then the last
actually pretty balanced, which surprised a lot of people.
And the
last talk about the Gymnast support again. They had to find a way to like stop you from doing the FTK by putting a half the effect damage limit on, which is funny.
And the last item on the list is Premium Pack 25. We don't have anything confirmed as far as what it has, but we've been getting better and better looks at their art on the box. The rumor is that we're getting support for Magistus, Noble Knight, Mystic Potato, Spider Shark, Motor Kaiser, and Titanic Galaxy specifically.
Potato.
Magistus! Please! We need more cards!
Not the Mystic Potato Tomato support.
Yes.
Spider Shark.
Oh, fuck you. We're gonna get copyright claim now.
I mean, at this point, just make, like, Mystic an archetype at this point. It's like different foods and vegetables, like, as weird demonic creatures.
Just make the Mystic food cards into support for that fusion archetype that's all about making food. Or that ritual archetype.
For the...
Oh, yes, Hungry Burger.
For Hungry Burger, yes. Make him into that. Make him a part of that restaurant archetype.
Well, that's what New Vels is. It's the Hungry Burger archetype.
We need more. We need more Hungry Burger support.
I got it. What about Super War Lion as a chef?
Oh,
Gordon Ramsay is going to have to judge him, though.
Dude, no, you're giving them ideas. You just give me ideas. That's not even funny, because that might be an idea.
Hungry Burger is Mokuba's favorite card. Let's combine the archetype.
Ramsey will complain about Super War Lion's food being raw, but that's the problem. He likes it raw.
Of course he does. Alright, well, that is the last of the information I have on hand, which means we've pretty much reached the end of the show. And we're only about 20 minutes behind.
Yeah.
Could be worse.
Yeah, could be worse. And by the way, glad you were able to stick around to the very end this time, Ori. I know the whole time zone thing's been a bit difficult for you and everyone else in your time zone.
Just kind of get used to, being a bit earlier because of daylight savings ending over here in the UK.
Well, would you rather be here a little earlier, or would you rather have to risk leaving early because of how late it is?
Hard to say.
Yeah, I'll let you stew on that one. Heh.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything else that we could discuss. Anyone else got anything they want to shoot in here before we call it a night?
I want to discuss some Rush Duel reveals that I'm personally excited for.
Sure, go ahead. Take a couple of minutes.
Okay. So first off, we have a new set revealed, which will have some Red Eye support along with it remaining its fusion theme. It get maximum for some reason.
Wait, I remember that. They're getting a maximum of all things.
Yeah. Then we're getting some new cards for another maximum, Dynamix, including two new left and right pieces, which will make us our first ever maximum with interchangeable parts. And
I feel like that should have been a thing a mad while ago.
Yeah, we should have. Then we have the Delirium series, which will have the ability to fusion summon using the opponent's monsters on the field.
Uh-huh.
That scares me.
It should scare everyone.
Other cards, as of note, which include Ancient Gear Gadgetron Manticore, which is some more gadget support. Hollow Space Yggdrago, which makes summoning Deep Space Yggdrago so much easier. There's also gadgets, which are now in Rush. There's Elemental Hero Mariner, which is now in Rush.
There's also another hero support card they had that was like a machine monster.
Oh yeah, that one. I'm not gonna go over that because well, we're already near the end of the shows, and I'm trying to get through these as fast as I can.
No, I'm just pointing out that it's 2 cards, which surprised me. Mariner's funny though.
It really is. Next we have a new legend trap, a treacherous trap hole. And the last card I want to go over is one that I actually do want to go into detail a little bit. It is a new contact fusion, for me personally, Dark Matter Elysium. Which
I saw that. That thing is sexy.
Which, yeah, it looks amazing. And it requires Void Elysium and Dark Matter, Contact Dark Matter Voyager. It has a continuous effect, which is actually blinking on me. I actually do have a photo of it. Let me get that real quick. There it is. Where the continuous effect is, this card cannot be destroyed by battle while it's in attack position, and it gets 1,000 attack per face-down monster on the field. It's not just on your field. Wow. Then if your life points are 2,500 or less, it just gains 2,500 attack. So that's neat.
That's a beat stick of all time.
That is in fact the beat stick of all time. I love this card. It is a great addition to the Contact Dark Matter playstyle. Even though the character who used it doesn't really use Dark Matter, but details.
Fair enough.
Yeah, and that's pretty much all I got.
All right, well, it's getting pretty late. Anyone else got anything else they want to throw in before we call it?
Nah,
I got nothing.
Something tokusatsu related.
Sure.
But I'm actually kind of hyped for when they show off
Remember not to be careful with
cake
this.
form.
I was gonna say be careful not to spoil anything.
Sorry.
You're excited about his new form.
Yeah, his new form.
No harm in saying he's getting a new form. We kind of all expect all the writers to get new forms at some point or another.
Yeah.
Also, they're making a special edition log cake form for Gav and Valen.
Well,
which it's a Christmas thing, so.
Oh, if it's a Christmas special, then that's fine. There's no harm in revealing that. It's not series relevant.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I just had a really bad thought. They're having log forms. Ugh.
Poop.
Yeah, poop jokes. Anyways, I guess that's everything we got to talk about today, so are we good to call it here?
Yeah.
All right, well, thanks everybody for tuning in. This has been a fantastic show. Surprisingly low chaos given the number of bullshit topics we started with. And I thank you all for attending the show. I thank you all for watching this show, especially you, Double Helix. You're a real one. We do these shows on the first Friday of every month at 5 p.m. Eastern, which means the next show will be on December 6th. And just a reminder, that's going to be show number 50. It'll probably also be our Christmas special.
Yeah, we'll bring in Christmas-themed stuff.
In the meantime...
We're gonna sing carols around Mariah Carey's burning body.
Thank you.
They're copyrighted.
That's a Yule log I'll love to burn.
Well, that's the thing. She's got tape over her mouth. We can't get copyrighted.
True. I mean, she can hum with her nose.
They're not going to be able to make it out, though.
You'd be surprised. Anyways, thank you again for everybody who attended and who watched afterwards. And if you celebrated, have a happy Thanksgiving. In the meantime, thank you again. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
And always remember to clean your turkey before eating it.
Wait, why?